Hello everyone. Today I will walk you through our microcontroller project, a 3x3x3 LED cube. This project was done as part of the module Microcontroller Technik at FH Aachen. The goal of this project was to develop a software library that makes it easy to control RGB LEDs, specifically these PL9823 LEDs, with Texas Instruments MSP432 board. The PL9823 are LEDs that receive a digital signal to control brightness and color, and they can be chained together in series so that in theory infinite number of LEDs can be controlled with just one output pin of the microcontroller. To generate the signal for the LEDs, we used the GPIO pin on the microcontroller board. This was fairly challenging because even with a high clock frequency of 50 MHz, we had to match some tight timings. Specifically, to send a 0, we have to enable and disable the GPIO pin in a time frame of around 17 cycles. This resulted in the send logic being mostly written as an assembler because C just hadn't good enough of a performance. On top of these primitive send routines, we constructed an object-oriented API that offers multiple fairly ergonomic ways to control each LED and even makes it possible to model 2D and 3D arrays and index the LEDs by their X, Y, and Z coordinates. As basically a demo application of the library, we have built this LED cube and programmed some simple animations which can be cycled through with buttons on the board. I will now turn this cube on. And here you can already see the first animation. It basically enables and disables the LEDs in the order they are soldered together. So basically the signal comes through the orange wire to the first LED back in this corner. Then it goes around in a kind of snake-like pattern, goes back into the box here, back to the start, up to the second layer, and this is the first LED in the second layer. Then it goes around again in kind of a snake-like pattern, and so on. Then we have the next animation, which is basically the same as the one before, just that the LED now has kind of a tail that's fading in brightness. Then we have this animation, which shows the color capabilities of the LEDs. Basically, it cycles through all the colors that the LEDs can show. This was pretty easy to implement with an alternative color model, namely hue, saturation, and brightness. So then we have the next animation, which is this one. Basically, it's a 3x3 array of LEDs that's cycling in one dimension. This was pretty easy to implement with XYZ indexing. Then we have the, I think, fifth animation, which is this rotating thing. Then we have this one, which is basically the fourth one, just in color. And we have the last one, which is, I just skipped, this one is the last one. Here we have this red LED kind of going around in a random pattern. So it just takes a random direction unless it would hit one of the green LEDs, then it chooses another direction. To better illustrate this, I will now turn off the light so that it may be better to see on camera. Reset the microcontroller, and I will cycle through all the animations again. So here we have the first one, then we have the second one, the third one, if I can get it in focus, the fourth one, fifth one, the sixth one, and the seventh one. This is it for our project. Thank you for your attention.